Hi, it's Amy Binding from Independent Collectors here. I'm here in Frankfurt today with Tyrown Vincent, and we've been talking all about collecting. Thank you for having me. It's been amazing.
It's my pleasure. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, of course.
It's a collection of now. And now means wherever I'm mentally at, this is where the collection is going to be. You know, if I've just most recently bought more works from Rudolf Nicolai, which are completely different from this. It's gonna blow your mind. Because if I'm a collector and I say I only want to collect Picassos, you leave out so much other great stuff, you know, that, yeah, I know people need to focus on one thing, but then again, whoever told anybody that you need to focus on something, you know? If you're fine with not focusing, then that's what it is, you know? Tips are, people don't need tips. I don't think young collectors don't really need tips. Don't be afraid, ever. And this is all I'm going to say. There is nobody that can tell you what's good for you. Only yourself can tell you. But what I'm going to refer to is value through quality. When I read all these Ratgeber books, you know, how to be an art collector, how to collect art right, 10 do's and don'ts in the art collecting world, I was like, I made a list. I was like, don't ever blah, 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 blah. And socialize with gallerists. You don't have to do all of this. You have to determine the value that you are willing to pay for an art piece. And I recommend, if you remember that good art has always been good art, it will never lose its value in quality, then you might have to pay a little more for it, which is absolutely okay. And if you can't do it in one step, as a young collector, you'd be surprised how many people are willing to help you in buying this piece that's important for you, if they feel your sheer emotion that you have. There is pieces in the collection that I have paid off after over 6 months, because I couldn't dish out the money like that. I could show you papers where a piece came up in an auction, and I said, okay, it's gonna be 10,000. I make 2.5 here. I still have that in the account, and this is coming in, and this is coming in. And if it's not gonna be sold for this price, I'm saving 2,000. I have sheets with calculations for me to try to understand how I'm going to be able to buy this piece.
I think that for me is the like kind of symbol of a real passion collector. It's that you just make it work, you know. It's
make it work. And if you want a tip, I deal with, I don't want to say elderly people, that sounds so wrong. But I deal with, okay, let's rephrase it. I deal with people that have more experience based on years than I am. And you know what the first thing is that I learned? Don't ever spend money on art that you do not have. Ever.
That's a very good tip.
This is probably the only thing that I want to share with anybody. You can window shop, you can go out, you can talk, you can put it on layaway, as we say, and you can pay it off. But make sure you don't finance it with money you do not have, because it would tarnish the energy, the piece. It would be a reminder of you not being in a happy place. And I've been sticking with this ever since I started collecting. It's, you know, sometimes you need a couple of month payments, and you pay it off as you go along, but it's money that you have. It's something that you're in control of. And this is probably the only suggestion that I would give to anybody who starts collecting art. Don't go over your head, ever.
That's a great piece of advice, because it is so tempting.
It is really tempting. And sometimes when I wanted a piece really bad, I've most recently was trying to buy a painting by Willy Sitte that would have been absolutely perfect in this collection. And everybody was supporting me. The auction house was supporting me. I went there and I said, hey, the money was asked for. I doubled the amount and I was keeping my fingers crossed now. This piece ended up being sold for triple the amount of money than I went in for. And this is the moment where, as a collector, even as a young collector, you have to remember, if you're supposed to have it, you will get it. If you're not supposed to have it, you won't get it. And if you try too hard, you might get something that you're not supposed to have from the start. And this is, when you go by this and you put it all together, now you know already, I don't spend money that I don't have. I sleep over the buys that I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
And it's you always have the ground rule. If you're supposed to have it, you will get it. Then it's fine. Sometimes, and you have to realize this, I know, and now I'm referring to age. If you're younger, then you have no patience. Did you realize that when pieces disappear off the market and they don't go into family that are multi-billion-dollar heavy, they reappear in the market within the next 15, 20 years? So you might get another chance to buy that piece in an auction or in a gallery. Nothing is lost forever. All these works are bigger than you and I ever. They're gonna find a new home. Well, if I'm not gonna be, they're gonna be sold again. They're gonna be traded again. So you spend time with them. If you know this, you don't become so eager and so. They're just here for the time they have, and I enjoy them.
That's a great way of looking at it. It's like that you're kind of the place where they
But they
stay
are.
for this time, and then
I have pieces that are 500 years old. It's incredible, and then my duty is to send them off.
Yeah.
I have them now, and sometimes you just have to remind yourself that this is not set in stone.
No.
You can do whatever you like. But if there's any advice, then that would be it.